Hello, welcome to Vamps and Vagrants, our online tabletop roleplay of the Curse of Strahd, Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Paige, your dungeon mom. I'm joined, as always, by my closest friends and family. First up, we've got Victoria, who plays Rapture.
Oh, I'm first?
You're first, newlywed.
Hi. I've never been first. I don't have my ring on. It's still stuck in the computer. I'm sorry.
We have Colin, who plays Revlin.
Hello.
We have Sarah, who plays Yetta.
It's a nice day for a white wedding.
We've got Kayleen, who plays Meridel.
I got big nails.
We've got Kelly, who plays Hugo.
Hi.
And we've got Wesley, who plays Benville.
I don't know what to do.
All right, so on last week's episode, you hopped onto a black carriage that led you to Valakee, where you spent most of the day collecting what supplies and gifts you were planning to give or bring to Castle Ravenloft for the long-awaited wedding of Strahd von Zarvik and his blushing bride, Irina Kolyana. We ended the night with an unexpected wedding between Rapture and the new Burgomaster of Valakee, Viktor Valakovic. And we didn't say where, but it's assumed you all spent the long night resting and recovering for what might be your very last day in Barovia. So,
Rapture only rested a little bit.
ew.
Ew.
Very ew.
Unanimous ew?
Sorry, I don't think the party's ever agreed on something as strongly as ew.
And that was 19.
We all collaborate. It's like the fellowship of the ew. All right, so Revengers, it's assumed you picked up what supplies you'd had requested the day before, including your weapons and your toy mechanism called a tot in a pot that shot out holy water as a gift. And is there anything else you need to do in Valakee before you hop on a black carriage towards the spires of Castle Ravenloft?
Well, just because we have to head out that gate anyways. Can you hear me?
You're breaking up, but I think I hear you. Or no. No,
Okay.
I do not.
I was just saying, just because. Okay, that's not great. Just because we were heading out that gate anyways, can we stop by the Dusk Elves?
It would actually be the other gate. You would have passed them on the way in because you came in from the west gate and you're heading back east.
Didn't we park our cart at the west gate?
You did park your car at the west gate, but there's no road that connects the west gate. You'd have to go through Valakee. All the carriages are identical, so there are carriages on either side of the town of Valakee currently. You can still stop there.
Okay, yeah, I would like to do that.
I was just making sure you knew it wasn't at the same gate. Okay. All right, so you follow outside of the gates. Is anyone going with you, Revlin?
Only if anyone doesn't have anything to do and is interested in it.
We can meet up.
I mean, you're going?
We're not going?
I'm definitely going.
I'm
Did
gonna
anyone-
sit back and unattune to my chain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Hugo, you have plenty of time to find what you think would be the best carriage waiting on the east gate for sure.
And I'm gonna change into my fancy outfit too.
Oh, okay. Sounds like
And we're
Revlin,
same-
you're going alone.
Okay, cool.
What were you going to say, Victoria? I'm sorry.
In the same time, can I pray to the Raven Queen I want to learn the true name of a greater demon with a challenge rating of 5.
Let me take care of Colin first.
While that's all happening, I'll pull out my paints
Oh my god.
We're gonna finally remember what this is.
and I have a new shield, so I'm going to use the paints to paint my emblem on my new shield and make it into my focus. Or
Oh,
it
you're right.
probably is.
That is kind of a big build up and then just a
That's all.
You bought a lot of paint for his shield.
Yeah, that's cool. I have no idea how much paint is needed. I'm no artisan.
All right. Okay, Revlin. So you follow outside. You return to the western gates where you had once remembered a small group of Vistani sat outside, as well as they protected. On the hillside to the left of them was a collection of remaining Dusk Elves. So you head in that direction. And when you go out there, you see that there are no Vistani. The camp that wasn't... No, you would see the Vistani. I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead. There would be the Vistani there. And if you were to... I assume you're going to try to avoid the Vistani. Because they watch over the Dusk Elves.
Yeah.
Last time you guys were there, you didn't leave a great impression. I do remember somebody may have killed the Vistani leader.
I do vaguely recall that.
Oh, that did happen, I think. So you would walk around them and you'd return to the little encampment of Dusk Elves. And you would see the same guards that kind of sat outside posts of the several homes there. And the house that was right on the end was where Casimir stayed. You can see that there is, this time, only one guard outside of his door.
I'll approach and I'll say, hail and well met, cousin. Is Casimir home?
He nods to you in a custom traditional Elvish bow, and he says, afraid he was invited to the wedding, and he's left early.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, perhaps I shall meet him on the road. Thank you.
He is also being accompanied by several of us guards, so he should be well protected.
I'll start to leave and then I'll turn back around and say, it may be that things change very quickly soon. I would suggest you have your people prepared.
It's dangerous to hope sometimes, but I will extend those warnings.
I'll just nod gravely and walk back to the group.
All right. Anything else before you guys all hop in a carriage towards Castle Ravenloft?
I would like to leave the belongings that I am not taking to the castle in either the cloak or the bag at the... I would prefer to leave it at the Blue Water Tavern. Not the Burgermaster. Well, I guess we can leave it. If we're at Victor's house, I can leave it at Victor's house too, somewhere. But I would like to not bring it with me.
Were we going to ask him for a lead box, or did we ditch that idea? Okay. I've just got our spreadsheet open, or our document open.
Okay.
All right. Rapture, just so I make sure, what you're doing is, are you trying to... Is this something... It's related to your spell?
It is related to my spell. If I know his true name, I think I get advantage on rolls.
Can you pull that up in the chat for me?
Sure.
Thank you.
Where did it go? Give me just a second.
You're okay. There we go.
There you go.
Awesome. Thanks.
No problem.
Oh.
Thank you.
Are you serious? My Roll20 just closed on me and crashed.
Oh.
Hold, please. Do you mind reading that out for me while it's loading in for me? I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. I'm gonna read it like this. No, I'm not. Summon greater demon. You utter foul words, summoning one demon from the chaos of the abyss. You choose the demon's type, which must be of challenge rating 5 or lower, such as a shadow demon or a Balgura. The demon appears in an unoccupied space you can see within range, and the demon disappears when it drops to 0 hit points or when the spell ends. And then actually, I think if I do it... When you cast a spell using a spell slot of 5th or higher, mine are 5th, the challenge rating increases by 1 for each spell slot level above 4th. So it's actually a demon with a challenge rating of 6.
Okay. Let's see. All right. I need you to make a religion check for me, Rapture.
Okay. That would be a 17.
All right. And what do you say to the Raven Queen as you reach out to her? You mentioned praying.
It's like less praying is what religious people would call it, but it's more like her kind of like sitting in with Buffy on her shoulder, just kind of meditating, and she just kind of mentally reaches out in this dark place inside of her, which is most of her, let's be real. She just says, "My queen, we move forward to bring back one of the souls that you have been cheated. The reason I think you've sent me to Barovia, and in this effort, I'd like to put forth... Oh, where's my voice? I'd like to put forth one failsafe with the ability to summon a demon, and with your grace, would love to know the name of your most choice demon to bring to the surface to take down Strahd."
As you meditate, Rapture, Buffy on your shoulder, you look before, like, you might peek your eye open and look at her, and she too has her eyes closed, focusing on your request, connecting to the Raven Queen. And when you open your eyes, you see a familiar string of light that you saw in your vision long ago, and it stretches out, and you see it reach out in front of you and dip and swirl into your book.
Ooh, okay. I thank her and promised her that what is undead will be made dead.
As you thank her, the book swirls and pulls open, the pages rifling to a part in the middle of the binding where you see the name Thalmaz.
How would I spell that?
Thalmaz.
And what kind of demon would that be?
That is a Barlgura.
Okay.
Gura.
Yep.
And it looks
Perfect.
like a demon gorilla of some kind.
Oh yeah, that's the spooky one. Perfect. Rapture kind of runs her fingers over the words in the book over and over until she's memorized the name. She speaks it to Buffy, closes the book, and puts it away.
Awesome. Alright, anything else in Valaki? Alright. So, Revengers. You walk through the city of Valaki, a city you saved from vampires. City you've heisted and killed not one, but two conspiring families who were seeking rightful ownership of this land. And you find a familiar, it seems almost like a pack, but several carriages with black horses drawn to them through the eastern gate, through think it's called a sunrise gate, actually. You all can squeeze into one. I assume you want Rictavio and Esmeralda with you as well. All right. So you all hop into a carriage and begin to make your way east on the old Slavic road towards Castle Ravenloft.
I'm assuming on the way we're going to want to designate where we're putting our items before we arrive.
I would say that is now the time, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, so we have 2 bags of holding functionally, one of which we're going to be hiding in the coffin, and one of which...
Hiding in the coffin, no.
Sorry, okay, what was the...
I thought one where we were just going to keep on you in plain sight.
Okay.
One is the cloak, and then the third option is once we're there, Ricky Ticky is turn invisible, holding as much as he can carry without being encumbered.
Okay. So I'll put my sword in my bag, and I'll give Rictavio the Ring of Invisibility.
Your bag is the decoy, so I wouldn't put anything in there that you don't want to be seen.
And we have to do it last minute with Victoria's cloak, I believe, right?
Yeah, we needed to all be at the same time right before we're like ready to be seen by people.
We create piles.
Yeah, like we're gonna like as though we're moving, just like this is the to-go pile.
And then it just piles in the bottom of the cart and she just dives on it.
Keep trash, donate.
Does this spark joy?
Donate.
Okay. So any like miscellaneous items go into this bag.
I'll put my old armor and my crossbow in the bag.
My javelins are going in there.
R.I.P.
My one dagger and my quarterstaff. Had that the whole time, didn't know.
You've had a quarterstaff?
Yup. Comes with my background that I didn't know.
Oh yeah, I put my crossbow and my scimitar in the decoy bag.
I put my donkey mask in the decoy bag.
Donkey mask?
I don't know where I got it, but I have written on my list donkey mask and a cultist mask. So
a donkey mask? Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
The people
Yeah,
who
she
were
bought
put out
it.
in... No, she didn't buy it. People out in the stocks in Valaki.
Oh, right.
They wore
Yep.
ass heads.
Kelly, do you still have a dream pie? Where's it all
muting
gone?
myself.
Okay, so two crossbows, Meridel old armor, a set of javelins, a dagger, a quarterstaff, scimitar.
Another dagger.
Oh, 2 daggers.
My old shield, javelins. I think you said that.
Yeah. Old shields. Okay, so that's what's in the decoy bag of holding, your original bag of holding. There's nothing else
addition to
inside
a-
of it.
Well, do we want to leave the... Was there gold that Hugo still had in there?
I say
left
let's
that-
leave it because it's realistic.
No. I left the majority of all of my valuable things back at Victor's house.
Okay, well, I left the gold from the witch's hut in there, as well as the gems.
I gotta warn you, Kel, if anything valuable was left at Victor's house, meaning gold, Esmeralda's gonna take that shit.
But she's with us.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah, I'll give it to her afterwards.
Okay.
I feel like Hugo would more likely like put it in his sleeves.
Is there anything
Like, no.
else you're gonna be giving Rictavio while he's invisible sneaking in?
I want him to carry Helga, please. I trust him with her.
He also has to take one of the items that produces daylight.
I would say the helmet
Helmet.
rather than the sword.
The
Or this thing.
Or the amulet.
in
So the helmet he can use.
Who?
Ricky Ticky.
It's not about using and not using, and this is what we were supposed to, cover in the beginning of our conversation on Monday. It's about keeping them separated and getting them into the castle.
I just meant like worst comes to worst, you can both get it in and. Sorry, I wasn't there for that part.
The helmet requires attunement?
Yeah.
And what's the distance on the undead stuff? On the helmet?
It's 15 feet, but I think it's. I guess if you're attuned to it, if the helmet is 15 feet away from people, I guess it does that.
He doesn't have to attune to it though.
Correct. I just wanted to understand what if it were attuned, what would kick in what range.
And just to clarify, figured out something in between Monday and today. The only thing that's actually going to damage Strahd is the amulet because it produces sunlight. The other ones produce daylight, which isn't specified as sunlight. So the amulet has to make it in. So I guess we should put that on Rapture.
The amulet is small enough that if there was a physical search, it would be a sleight of hand check. So anything you guys think is like the size of like the hilt of the sun sword, as an example, or a dagger, like a necklace, something you can keep in your hand, I will make you roll a sleight of hand check. So anything like that, you guys can get on your own. It's those bigger items that I was hoping. Yeah.
Do you have to attune to that amulet?
Yeah.
Do we want to try and leave it on you, or is that too risky?
Put the helm in the cloak. I'll try to sleight of hand the sword, and you keep the necklace on.
I only have a +1 of sleight of hand, but I can try.
Because otherwise you're unattuning it.
Yeah, that's more of a problem.
Yeah, and we have time at the beginning. Like if you literally sit at the reception and don't talk to anybody, you could attune. But we want to avoid that.
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
So just so I make sure, because I don't want to be like trailing around shit that I don't know I have on an NPC. Ricky Ticky has the Ring of Invisibility. Helga, the Helm of Brilliance is now going into Rapture's cloak. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
And my sword.
Into the cloak as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I guess... Can I walk in with my shield? That probably not, right?
No.
Yeah. I'll put my shield in there too then.
Anything else going in Rapture's?
Yeah,
Cloak.
I have. Yeah, there's a lot more going into Rapture's thing.
Okay.
Do you want me to start listing them?
Yeah, just list it off for me.
4 holy waters.
Okay.
2 healing kits.
Okay.
My blood spear. And I think that's everything from my end. So the next person can list what they have to put in there.
Oh, what are these called? I have the Revivify scroll that needs to go in there as well. And the, what is it called? It's Hide from Undead, Colin?
Yeah.
The really old scroll from early on in the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
I can't find the spell, but I'll see if I can find it in here.
Oh, and 3 wood stakes.
Okay.
Okay, so while Benbomb's looking, I'll also stick in a vial of clear liquid, which is the oil of sharpness, as well as the greater restoration scroll, if Benbomb doesn't have that for some reason.
I believe Yetta has a
Scroll of what?
greater restoration.
Yeah, I have that.
Just making sure.
Sarah, do you still have that potion of youth?
Yes, I do. I have a plan for it. Well, not like a crazy plan. I'm going to give it to Ricky Ticky.
No.
If he wants to be young, he can.
No, every time I use my thing, I age
Oh,
to a point where I'm going to die eventually.
do you want to keep it then?
Put it in Rapture's cloak then, so that way if I use it and if I'm like at like 70, I think.
What if I pour it down your mouth as you're aging?
Well, that's what if I have to use a lot of spells and I'm getting up there, I might need to try it.
We have a We have a description of that spell, you know, right?
Wait, what does it do? Does it just make you look young?
Yes.
It's very temporary.
Damn it!
Kelly,
No.
Kelly's
Keep it.
Kelly's actually having a midlife crisis as her character because she found out that half orcs don't live past 75.
Oh no.
Anyway, I would want to put my rapier with Rapture, and the rest of my precious items would go with Rictavio because they are small. That includes 1 holy watar, 2 stakes, my Taroka cards, which I need Benvolm to give me my card back.
I don't have it.
Yes, you do.
No, Hugo has it.
Hugo, I need that card. Hugo, I need that card back.
Sure, here you go.
Okay,
It's like
I'll put 'em-
crumpled in a ball.
Well,
Kind
let's
of.
see if the magic works. I'll try to flatten it out. I'll put it back in its ornate traditional box, and I'll hand it
He's staring
to
out. Is this poop?
It's like the one card you know is like
not
an
like-
ace of spades because it's like crumpled, unlike all the others.
my haunted pipes and the scroll of greater restoration. I'll give all to Ricky Ticky, and I'll say, "Dad, I need you to take as best care of this when you are invisible. Do not run away with it, otherwise I am fucked."
Okay. Ricky Tivy doesn't have a lot of carrying stuff, so he'll be able to carry it. But yeah. Okay.
Can I put my hand axes in the cloak?
Yeah.
That's it for Maridel, just the 2.
Should I hide this? I have 1 minor healing potion.
Yeah,
Yes.
put it in the cloak.
Oh yeah, I have 2 of those too. I put 2 of those in there too.
So pretty much everyone is giving stuff to Rapture, and I'm the only one giving stuff to Ricky Ticky.
I gave him
Well,
Helga. And
Yeah, I
I
was gonna say that's a lot of his carry weight too, right? Like,
yeah. You
I
can't
think-
carry. You can't carry too much. He's got stuff on his own. He's got to carry as well. All right.
Right.
Is that everything?
Can it be assumed that I have like a small pouch on me when I go?
Like a
Like,
store.
is that a thing? Like, you have like a little coin purse or something that you keep in your pocket, or like on your belt loop? Like,
It's
not
called a
my whole
sporan.
carrying that I can fit a small thing in.
Yeah. You got any coins in there?
I might have it just a couple for show, but I left the majority of my gold and like gems back at.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're not gonna rob you guys of your money, so it's okay if you have money on you.
I still left it.
If you keep it in the bag of holding, they might dump the bag of the decoy bag of holding. But all right, is that everything, Revengers?
Would you guys like me to run down the list of things for the cloak, or are we good?
I'm just gonna assume that with confidence, if you get cross the lines and you're with Rapture, just describe how, like, where you go to reactivate the cloak and just give it back to each other. But yeah, it's more important that I understand what NPCs are holding on to, just because.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. I wrote some stuff, so I'm gonna read a little bit to you guys. So, on your way. The road that has been fraught with peril is eerily quiet on your last journey. Ruts of previous wagon mark the Slavic road like fossils as you venture closer to Castle Ravenloft. Through those silent hills and watchful forests, your carriage continues on with no music but the sound of hooves and nervous silence. Further east you go as the day darkens into dusk, and the wind begins to howl like a neglected child. The rain swells from mere tears to a storm that shakes the very valley. But the roads, you notice, do not turn to mud. They do not worsen. Curiously enough, the roads you draw to Ravenloft, the quicker the wheels turn. The faster your mounts move, and as you near the belly of the beast, it seems to welcome you. Just as you crest that last hill, the tallest of Ravenloft spires hails you. Oh, please. I think I have to drag you. Oh, 1 second. Sorry, I have to drag you a little further. Dang it, I hope it didn't do this. Sorry, if this goes somewhere, ignore it for 2 seconds. There. Okay. Yes, just as you crest that last hill, the tallest of Ravenloft's spires hails you. Its awesome presence both startling and ominous. A drawbridge spans a gorge that plummets into the unseen depths below, and its chains moan with the wind. And so, it has come to this, Revengers, the darkest hour of your quest. You stand in the shadow of Castle Ravenloft, in the shadow of the devil himself. The road has been paved with blood and broken hopes. Will you triumph against Strahd, or will you join the legion of fools buried beneath his iron heel? So, as you... Oh wait, sorry, I wrote more, sorry. Gotta keep scrolling. Might the strength of your arms and the courage in your hearts be enough to overcome this final challenge, for here in Barovia, all is not well. It can never be well so long as this valley and its people suffer under the curse of Strahd. Dare you end it. So, the courtyard opens up as you cross over this drawbridge. And as you enter it, you can see that the courtyard teems with this thick, cold fog. Lightning lances the weeping clouds while thunder shakes the very stones of the place in front of you. A hunched figure shelters from the dismal rain nearby, nursing a lantern. As your carriage pulls up, his monstrous face comes into view. Scales line his left cheek, panther ears protrude from his hood, and one foot is that of a duck's. With his yellow gob open, you find that his voice is as grating and hideous as his face. I wrote so much it's weird to do dialogue now.
I almost expected you to just come back in with your regular voice.
Arky barky.
Oh no.
Did I do the Bellevues from the Abbey with an accent, or are they just fucking weirdos?
They're just weird.
I think they had like a weird accent.
Like a kind of front in the face.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
It was very Matt Mercery.
It was bad. It was real bad. All right.
Yeah, it was great.
The hooded, hunched figure, similar to the Bellevues you met at the Abbey of St. Markovia. This one's more frantic in his speech, and you can see he still holds his hood over him, and he lifts up the lantern as the carriage kind of pulls to a halt very suddenly in the courtyard. Ah, it's you! Yes, welcome to Ravenloft. Your arrival is most anticipated indeed. I am the master servant, Cyrus of Bellevue. And he like bows very dramatically. Welcome. And the beast of the man chuckles, rubbing his hands together as he drops the lantern to the side of the carriage and opens the door for you all. Oh, your horses. Oh, your horses. I will take your horses. Yes, you into the keep. Most anticipated. Oh, yes. And he kind of like presents you to the double doors. This hideous mongrel face reaches out and grabs the reins, and even the horses kind of seem repulsed by him. And he points you towards the keep. The main doors are ajar, wide open, and warm light spilling out into the courtyard awaits.
As they're distracted by the horses, I activate my cloak, lay it over the pile of things, pick it back up as... I don't know how to physics describe that, but kind of pick it back up, deactivate it.
As you're one of the last people to leave the carriage, everyone else kind of filing out and forming kind of like a barrier between you and this mongrel folk and the castle. You take your coat off in one gesture and kind of throw it down on top of the pile of belongings, almost like a magic trick. And when you pick it back up, the items are no longer there. You see like the dimming stars of the sky that kind of radiates from your cloak start to turn back to a plain black as it shifts, and you put it back onto your shoulders.
I kind of gather it around me as I step out into the mist. It's cold, right? And wet.
The fog is very cold and thick. It's raining, the thunder, even at this altitude now, because you're on a cliffside above Barovia that is probably 1,000 feet high. You're very tall up. And as you saw from the drawbridge, as you look down on either side, you could see the plummet, the descent below. So up here, it's much colder. The fog kind of sits on your shoulders.
Well, I guess we're here now. Any last questions, speeches? That's good to hear. Let's go.
Before we go in, I'm gonna use the magic armor and make it look like nice lady clothes.
On the top.
Oh yeah. I'm
Right.
also
On the
gonna
top,
cast
nice
Armor of
shirt.
Shadows on myself.
To be fair, Meridel's just walking around with no sleeves on this whole time. Now she's put on sleeves.
Wow.
Rapture just
I,
bruises like a peach. So Armor of Shadows, please.
I don't have fancy clothes, so I'm probably just gonna wear my vestments. Cause
Okay.
Oh.
I want to message Ricky Ticky and say, just in case if shit goes bad, remember to stay close to me. I can get us in. Backup plan, of course. You can respond to this message.
Got it. I will stay close to you. How long does the ring of invisibility last, Colin? Do you know? Is it just like the spell where it's a minute?
It's got some weaknesses to it. The only greater invisibility is for only a minute. I think up to an hour.
Oh.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
So it's like standard invisibility.
Good. Okay, sweet. Okay, that was the only thing I didn't follow up on with the ring. I was like, how long will that last? Cool.
It does also have a constitution check associated with it, which they don't normally. So just your reference.
Thank you. I forgot about that. I needed that reminder. Yeah, I forgot that I put that in there. I'll tell you what it does afterwards, I promise. Because you never used it.
I was like, it's got one use in it. I don't want to waste it. Keep all my potions to the end.
Saving all the scrolls, yeah, you definitely. So, before Rictavio even hops out of the carriage, then he would put on the ring. At that point, he would already been attuned, and he will. You'll see him blink invisible as you guys leave. So it is you, the Revengers, Esmeralda, and you assume with Ricky Ticky's response or Van Richten's response, he is nearby as well.
With all the item swapping, I forgot to mention Rory's telepathic bond. Could I have done that, or not a big deal if we missed the chance? Up to you. It's not a big deal.
No, if you want, go for it.
I had been planning on it, and I just forgot with all the moving stuff around. Okay, so I'm going to link it to myself, Brana, Rictavio.
Brana?
Yeah.
You're gonna link it to Brana?
Sorry, not Brana.
Brana?
Meridel. Yetta. Sorry. Meridel, Yetta, Rictavio, myself, and Rapture.
All right, everybody got that? Cool.
So for the next hour, we can all speak to each other telepathically.
Cool.
Cool.
So, you're in the courtyard. The grand main doors are open in front of you into the castle. What would you like to do, Revengers?
No one's at the
Stride
door.
forward. Always.
Yeah, to roll a perception check for me.
14 plus 4, 18.
Through the warm light hitting it, you can see as you approach the main doors, the fog breaks up as you can see the light kind of dissipates it as you approach closer, and you can see several figures inside of the small room that is the entranceway to Castle Ravenloft, and there seems to be one sitting center at the front doors.
Anyone I recognize from
What
this
did-
distance?
What did you roll again?
18.
You do recognize the person up in front. Pointed ears, straight black hair.
But
Ralhadin stands at the entranceway as a gatekeeper to Castle Ravenloft.
Question: are there a lot of people like waiting to go inside?
No, actually, it seems
Okay, cool.
when you pull up, you see there are several other black carts in the courtyard, and as quickly as you got off of the cart, the Cyrus Bellevue has already grabbed the reins and is starting to bring black carriages around to the side of the courtyard, and looks to be heading towards like a stable. So it looks like you might be some of the last to arrive at this point, actually.
Cool. Can I discreetly take my chronometer necklace and kind of like wrap it around my D so it stays hidden?
I made a joke to her. I'm so mad. I made a joke to her. I was like, you can just hide your like necklace on you. She's like, I'm wearing a like a loincloth. I said, I don't know, like a cock ring. I don't know, just fucking do it.
You're the agent of your own misfortune.
Yeah. Yeah, so Kelly, that's totally fine. You will just have to roll a sleight of hand check when you get
Oh,
through.
it's gonna tap down my dick?
Yeah.
Wait, are you kidding?
You guys are being...
Tap.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe...
It's just a sleight of hand check, dude. It's fine.
Dude?
Okay,
Do
fine.
it, pussy.
Yeah,
I have
you won't.
advantage. No one's
You won't.
tapping this D real hard. Okay. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.
All right. Hearing silence, so I'm just going to keep going. All right. So as you approach the entranceway, you can see at the front, centered between the two giant doors, is Rahadin. And behind him, on either side of the wall, of the walls, are 6 whites. Undead, fucking crazy-looking soldier people, pretty much.
Sorry, are you gonna tell us who? Did you like? You haven't told us who Rahadin is yet, right?
I use the telepathic bond, and for everyone in that, I'll be like, "That's Rahadin. He fucking sucks." And then I'll message Hugo and Vamps separately. That's the big bad elf boy, Rahadin.
Okay,
He
thank
fucking
you.
sucks.
Is this the? I guess this is the moment for hiding shit on you, my necklace or whatever.
I'm just gonna assume if there's something physical keeping on you, as you all enter through the entranceway, I will have you all individually roll a sleight of hand check based off what you're holding. It'll just be 1 for each person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. So, as you approach, you can see the Chamberlain, Rahadin, seems. So I guess to you, Yetta, you would notice that he seems kind of amused. He seems to be in good spirits.
Fucker.
So the light is almost blinding as you step from the dismal rain into the entry. But it's hardly inviting. Cold and distant music floats from the innards of the keep. Overhead is the vaulted foyer, where Yetta would remember this. Above the foyer are dragon statues that glare down, their glossy eyes flickering in the torchlight. Corpses clad in armor stand in the corners of the room, and an elf motions you forward. Rahadin, Chamberlain of Castle Ravenloft, an honorary brother to Strahd himself. The countless souls of those this fanatic has slain howl in the silence of the halls, only drowned out in the outside crash of thunder. Rahadin's grim voice intones, "Our most anticipated guests, please step forward and be recognized in the house of Von Zarvik."
Oh, you've heard of us?
He presses his lips and he says, "Of course."
I go in for the hug. Rahadin, it's been a pleasure to see you again.
He puts his hand up kind of slowly. "Yes." And blinks.
Okay, well, I pull out my invitation. Here is my invitation to attend the wedding.
Of course. He kind of gestures vaguely to all of you to collect your invitations.
But I want to keep this for the scrapbook.
We have the extras. Don't worry, Hugo.
He flips it and he goes, "No one requested blood of the innocent. A shame. I heard it's the best option." He kind of says, like, kind of sarcastically and dull. He looks at you as he collects it and puts it to his side, and before he lets you into the entranceway, he says, "As honored guests of Count Strahd, there are expectations to be had. Guest rights will not be ignored, and you must swear to the oath of hospitality. Tonight we celebrate unity. No harm shall come to you in these halls unless you provoke it, and so the lord of this house expects the same.
As you can see, we are unarmed.
Well, swear to me, here and now, at this hour, as brother and servant to Strahd of House von Zarvik, lord of this house, lord of Barovia, swear to spill no blood, unsheath no sword, respect thine host and obey his laws. Swear to this, all of it, or begone.
So I so swear.
I swear.
Scout's honor.
Sure.
I put up my pinky finger. I swear.
Sure.
Of course, it would be only right for us to remove any heavy armor or weapons you all carry. It's a night of celebration. No need to come bearing arms. Here, let us take that off your shoulders for you. And he kind of gestures to the whites. So anything visible that you guys would need, or anything you'd hand off to them?
Nope.
We did not bring any weapons with us.
I forgot to specify one thing.
Oh, God.
You forgot what?
I forgot to specify one thing.
What was that?
There's the chainmail.
Yeah, the chainmail's on you, so they're gonna have you take that off.
All right.
It'd be really funny if you didn't have any other things to wear, so you were just there.
Naked.
Naked.
Also, Wesley, how long does it take to take chainmail off?
I don't know.
It's
Like
how
10 minutes. Like 5-10 minutes.
We're all gonna wait there in silence.
Yeah. So as it's happening, Benville, as you're taking off your chainmail, he will gesture to the decoy bag of holding you guys have. Here, let us take your bag for you.
Oh, there's something you want in there.
There are items in there that are our property.
As hospital as possible, nothing will come of harm. We'll just put it away for you. He takes it, if that's okay.
Can you
Maybe
swear
at
that they will
least-
be returned?
Of course. Oath of
Maybe at least-
hospitality. Sorry.
May we at least know where they're going to be kept?
Oh, just down the hall around the corner. You could ask any of them here and they'd be happy to direct you. He kind of gestures to the undead soldiers. He will take the bag of holding.
I'll act real upset, just trying to trick them into being real pissed about it.
He does not open the bag of holding. He just takes it from you. He takes your chainmail, Benville.
You gotta steal one from inside, like a suit of armor or something.
Yeah, apparently.
What does it make your AC?
I'm
Four.
looking that up.
Like 12,
So,
probably.
isn't it like
It's
debate
not
like 11 or
good.
12?
Hey, that's what mine is.
No, it's his dex modifier plus, shield once he gets that.
It's probably like 14.
Yeah, I
one
think it's, I
less,
think
less,
it's
one less
14.
than mine.
Well, also, I don't have my shield right now. So my
12.
dex, or my, what is it? It's just 10 plus your dexterity?
Yeah.
And then I don't think I have anything else going on with it. So 11.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
You have a +1 on your dex?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I put it all in the
my
strength and
dex. Yeah.
constitution.
Well, good thing Meridell's extra armor is in the bag.
Yeah,
I,
true.
I think I have, my armor class is 19 though, so let me, I'll look. I might have 12, but that's not that much better. I'll keep
That's
looking.
probably including your shield.
Yeah.
No, the shield's +2. That would just equal 18 because I'm 16 with the chainmail, and then I'd be at 18, but I'm 19. I'm trying to remember why.
Well, figure it out before we get into combat.
Oh no, it's 16 plus dex. That makes sense. I get it now.
All right. So as he hands off your belongings to a few of the whites behind him, he begins to back up into the entranceway and welcome you in. And as he does, he gestures the whites one by one to kind of give you a pat down. So anybody who is carrying something on their person, I need one by one. Whoever wants to volunteer first, roll a sleight of hand check for me.
I'll go first.
Okay.
You're not coming through, Colin. Okay, never mind. Kelly, go.
Do you need to tell me what I don't need to tell you what I have on me right now.
I might ask depending on what you roll, but no, you don't have to tell me to start.
Okay.
Sleight of hand.
16. 16?
What do you have on you?
My cock ring. I have like some spare gold in my little thing and the pastry.
One of the whites will pat you down and they'll pull up the pouch you had and they'll kind of squish it a little bit, but they don't say anything. They just kind of glare at you. It's still in the pouch, and Rahadin kind of looks at you expectantly.
It's just, I forgot actually. I brought a gift for you, Rahadin, and I pull out my dream pastry. I go, this is a traditional pastry of Barovia, I've learned. Meet me at dessert time and we'll share it and it'll be great.
Roll a deception check for me. I already rolled his insight.
Ooh. 9.
That'll work.
Yeah!
He rolled a 3. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? He kind of glares at you and he's like, fair enough. And the right kind of like just kind of tosses it back at you. But otherwise you are good. You get through. Who's next?
I already rolled 21.
They do not find anything on your person, Revlin.
I need to roll.
Yeah, I do too. You can go first if you want, Sarah.
Okay. And it's sleight of hand, you said, PG?
Yes, sleight of hand check.
+7. 14 plus 7, 21.
You sneak through undetected, Yetta.
All right, my turn.
Yes, Meridell.
A 12.
What do you have on you?
My sheath. Well, hold on. It's a 13. I'm bad at math.
What do you have on you?
The sheath for the sword. That is good sword.
The hilt?
The hilt. Sheath, 6 of 1.
Oof.
I'm gonna.
Oof.
Can I reroll it? I'm lucky. Can I use my lucky feet?
Yes! That is when you use your lucky feet! Oh!
This is the moment, you guys!
It is a 22.
Oh my god! Oh my god.
The most important roll of the evening.
I think the one thing I said was like, yeah, I mean, you can get everything taken away. Just don't lose the hilt. Like, don't lose the fucking sword. Yeah, you get through Meridell. For a second, it feels like the right kind of hits your side. And it almost looks like he taps the hilt. And he stops for a second, then keeps going.
I was going to make a joke about putting it in, nature's pocket earlier, but I refrained. And now I regret having not done that.
Oh, I'm so happy you didn't do that. So I don't have to describe that. All right. Who's next?
It's me, I guess. Ooh. Oh, that's not bad. 16.
What do you have on you?
I have the holy symbol of Ravenkind.
God damn you guys.
Oh,
Bardic
fuck.
inspiration?
How would you have inspired him as a...
I'll hum a song I sang to him one night as we fell asleep.
Okay, I'll allow
Does
it.
that count?
I'll allow it.
Oh, I burned one.
Is it a D10?
It's a D. I don't think it went up. Let me double check. I would hate to tell you the wrong thing. My Bardic is a D8 still.
Okay.
One gone.
I told you guys I only had a +1 to sleight of hand. 21.
All right, you're able to get through with your bardic inspiration.
Ugh.
Rapture?
Oh, fuck it. Sorry, I just dropped it. 17.
What do you have on you?
I have Buffy, my book, and actually have 2 daggers that I forgot to get rid of.
They will take the 2 daggers from you.
They may have the 2 daggers. I just kind of I'm like, and just very nicely hand them to them. Like, sorry, here you go. Don't spend it all in one place.
The few possessions they collect from you, Revengers, you can see they begin to carry it through the hallway and head off to the right. As they walk away, Rahadin, find my paragraph. He goes, he kind of says it as if it's an insult as he's walking away. He just says, you understand, given your history, your belongings will be returned to you at the evening's end, and our Lord has promised that no harm will come to you and yours tonight should you behave.
But of course.
As you, and he kind of points to you, Hugo, mentioned, if you brought gifts like any sensible guest would, I shall see that they're delivered with the others. I do hope you've brought something worthwhile for the gracious hosts of this house.
Yes, we left it on the roof of the carriage.
Of course.
A bridal bed, so to speak.
He kind of sighs boredly as he sees Cyrus Bellevue eagerly carrying the gifts down towards the stable.
Cyrus Bellevue's jacked.
I love Cyrus.
He took the reins. He took the reins of the horse. He's taking the...
New daddy.
Yeah, I didn't... He's carrying a fucking coffin. Shit, dude. Yeet! Alright.
Did you say he had a duck mouth?
It's like flower petals
He had a
falling
duck
out
foot.
as he shuffles with
He
it.
had a duck foot. He has panther ears. He's got a lizard side cheek.
He's
and then
a
he's
mess.
got a duck
Did you
foot.
think it's a lizard thigh?
Side cheek.
Oh, I thought you said thigh, and like we
He's got one. He's got one
leg
lizard
out
cheek.
there.
The man's a mess, is what we're understanding.
He's new daddy.
Mhm.
New daddy.
I confirmed that I took the defensive fighting style, so I get +1 to my AC when I'm wearing armor. So it's 11.
Oh my god.
Okay, well,
So we have fun death, guys.
Maybe we'll find plate mail in here. That'd be cool.
Oh my gosh.
Or maybe not.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
We'll make it work.
You
You
know,
will make it
We
work.
have no choice but to.
I think Wesley is stupider than Ben Volm, but buy armor anyway.
let's do this.
So, before you depart, Rahadin leans in, and you see that his hands curl to fists. The countless souls slain by the elf howl, like abandoned children in an otherwise silent hall. He kind of grits his teeth and looks at you all. No doubt you have some plan. Some delusions of grandeur, a scheme up your sleeve, and doomed hope in your hearts. But listen to me, and listen to me well. This is the day of my brother's wedding. A wedding he has waited 400 years for. For Strahd, I slaughtered my own people. I cut down every last mother holding every last child. Should you endanger this wedding, ask yourselves what I will do to you. Have we reached an understanding?
I thought that was rather obvious by the fact that we swore.
You see his fist kind of uncurl. Have a good time. And he kind of turns and begins to walk further into the castle. You see him walk through this main entranceway you're about to walk into, take a sharp left, and head up some stairs off to your left.
I flip him off.
Oh, good.
It's literally all Revelin could do not to put fireball at him.
Loudly, I will say, that explains the screaming.
Oh, that's terrible. All right. So, Revengers, what you see in front of you are columns that support the vaulted ceiling of a great, dusty hall, dimly lit by sputtering torches and iron sconces. The torches cast odd shadows across the faces of 8 stone gargoyles squatting motionlessly on the rim of a domed ceiling above. Cracked and faded ceilings, frescoes are covered by decay. Double doors of bronze stand closest to the east. To the north, a wide staircase, which is what Rahadin climbed up into darkness. A lit hallway to the south contains another set of bronze doors through which you... Oh no, that's old font. That's no longer the scenario font. That's what Sarah. But as you walk in, you can see that the hallway in front of you is lit, and there are several familiar faces around. And as you begin to walk in, you hear an ominous voice begin to announce you all individually as you enter the grand hall. So, what order do you all enter?
I feel like Rebel.
Marinel will be up there with him.
I would like to be last.
I would like to be second to last.
All right. Well, this I don't have a marching order. I just screwed. Shit, I fucked this up. All right.
You're getting one.
I will offer my arm to Yetta.
Oh.
She will take it.
All right. Sorry. I'm still getting over a cough. It's Rapture, and then Esmeralda is going to go between Rapture and Hugo. So, as you all walk in one by one, you can see people seem to be holding glasses, seem to be drinking. There's just floating, moving trays of miscellaneous hors d'oeuvres and drinks kind of skirting around. But as you all enter, you hear an ominous voice above. Announcing current members of the adventuring party known as the Revengers. Announcing Revlendarian Varentherithil. Fuck, sorry. You never said your last name completely. Revlendarian, what is it?
Varlatharion.
Varatharion. Announcing Revlendarian Varatharion, a foreign noble from the realms beyond. Announcing Meridel Franklin, the lone wolf here in Barovia. You will find several blood hunters here as well. I hate that joke. Rapture! Announcing Rapture Valakovic, recent newlywed and follower of the Raven Queen. How quaint. Announcing Esmeralda D'Avenir, renowned monster hunter. Announcing Hugo, talented with a needle and ink. Announcing Yeda, Tigan, Vistani, Nekaji. Welcome back. Announcing Benvom, once Wolfmane, then Lathandrin, now once again Wolfmane. He believes in sunlight. One by one, you all get announced as you enter in. Oddly enough, you wait, hesitant, unsure of what name would be announced as Rictavio sneaks in through you. No announcement is made, and you hear a message. I'm in. Calmly to you, Yetta.
I'll use the telepathic bond and share the message.
Good.
He's on that as well.
He's on. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No,
Yeah. Sorry,
my bad.
I forgot. He would have telepathed it to everyone who could hear.
I'll message Hugo and Benville letting know it seems like he's in the clear.
All right. So, Revengers, as you enter into the grand entranceway, you can see a lot of familiar faces. It looks like a couple of the rooms have been made open. So I guess previously to Yetta's understanding, the hallways in front the double doors in front have been opened, which reveals a bigger hallway. And both allies and enemies are kind of sprinkled throughout the halls, and you do have about an hour to mingle. You can see, let me see who I wrote down. Hold, please. Yeah. Heck, we'll do this. It might be overwhelming, and I don't know if these icons are all right either, but at least there's a better visual. Oh, that's right. I have you there. So, everything that you should see lit up is what is open and available to you all. There are a lot of people around, including the two younger Watcher brothers from Valaki, Nikolai and I forgot the other one's name, but they seem to be drinking. A couple bottles sit at their feet, and they are rosy in the cheeks, and they're already seems to be drunk. Inside of the main grand entranceway, you can see Blinsky sits in a corner, kind of confused. He seems to be tinkering with a toy as he waits. Off to this side over here, you can see Casimir and 3 Dusk Elf guards kind of standing watch, and they look a little skittery as they sit inside of Castle Ravenloft. See a couple, like, random commoners. They don't seem to be, like, very well dressed off in this corner behind Casimir, but they're sitting in the corner there. You can see up the stairs. You can hear some boisterous voices up the stairs, but you don't see who's up there. And then further into this hallway, you can see the Mardukov family, including Davian Mardukov, the older keeper of the feathers, 2 of his children, as well as long estranged son and wife and 2 kids from the Blue Water Inn, who is Erwin and Danica Mardukov, who ran the inn in Valaki. And behind them are a couple nobles from Kresk, including the burgomaster and his wife. So you've got kind of like the everybody who's everybody here.
I would like to see if I can head to the doors where I know the what is it called? The organ is.
Yeah. You can do that.
Casually, not like direct, not like bye everyone and just stop off, but mingling and walking towards that direction.
The doors there are closed. Are you trying to open them?
Yes.
When you turn and open the door, you can see the room is lit, and place settings are out for dining, but the room is empty.
No one in there? No one playing the organ?
No, there's no music playing on the organ.
I'll use my telepathic bond. If we need a place to regroup and get our items, I think I know the best place.
Are there any broken sticks on the ground?
Inside the castle?
Yeah, just somewhere. Or like in a pot, like used as a decoration, like part of a floral arrangement.
There's not a lot of sticks here. What are you trying to do?
Find a forked twig.
A forked twig? Why?
Yeah, because I don't have a spellcasting focus.
So you're trying to find a wand?
No, it's not a wand. It's a forked twig, literally, like a twig.
I don't think you'd find. I mean, unless you break a piece of wood off of some of the wooden furniture, there's not just a twig inside the castle.
All right. Cool.
Sorry, it's a weird thing to request inside of a royal castle.
Yeah.
I'll say, good idea. Let's see what we see for a little bit, and if we need, we can meet up there.
We just need enough time to attune.
Yes. Of course. We need to find, to everyone, I'll say, we need to find a time frame for everything. I think we should try to speak to our allies and see how they're feeling.
I'm not on the telepath. I don't know if we can talk out loud.
I'll message you and I'll say the same thing.
Well, have everybody be on the lookout for a forked twig. And do you think that it's more likely that there's plate mail or chain mail around the castle?
Probably plate veil.
All right. Either that or we need to go up and I need my spellcasting focus and I can
Why don't we
locate.
just? Didn't we
Ooh.
see where the guy took our stuff? Up the
Up
hall
the
to the right.
stairs.
We could just go steal it back.
No.
Why not?
This place is a maze. No.
Well, do you think it'll be easier to steal plate mail from something else, or steal our own stuff back? Just
Really,
posing a
ladies
question.
and gentlemen, we've been here for about 5 minutes. Let's maybe not get to stealing yet.
I'm just asking because I can cast locate object to find something.
Can you cast it?
No.
Not right
That's
now.
why
That might be the fourth wig.
We'll keep an eye out.
okay.
Everyone, eyes peeled for armor or a forged twig.
Everyone's gonna head over to the desk elves and get a chance.
Okay, so Revlin, much to your surprise, you can see that there is a small party of dusk elves with Casimir in attendance. The earless elf glances at you with a tangle of dejection.
Hail, cousin Casimir.
He kind of nods nervously.
This is all in Elvish.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of these goings on?
It's dangerous. I had hoped that if we were to get into the Ember Temple, I'd have more resources when I had the opportunity to come back here, but I fear there is not much to hope for.
I think we ran out of time, unfortunately. That is not to say that there's not still time for something to happen.
Kind of looks up at you. There's like a glint of desperation or hope in his eyes. And he says, in Elvish, I'm still prepared to move on to the catacombs during the festivities to find my sister. Would you join us?
I believe that we shall be heading down there at some point.
Do you have
then-
any? Do you
I'm
have
sorry.
any? Sorry. Do you have anything that could restore life to the dead?
Only recent, unfortunately.
If you could help me, you hear like a quiver of hope in his voice. If I could help, if I could use it, I could bring her back.
Our travels seems to have the power that you desire, and once this is all over, that may be something that we can make happen.
I don't have time to wait for when this is all over. This is the only time I'll be here. This is my last chance.
And I'm going to try to get across to him with an elven parable that's not necessarily like super directly translatable. That sometimes, a surprise attack with assistance will result in victory. So I don't want to actually say, we're going to attack Strahd, will you help us? But I want to do like an elven story that maybe is not, so...
So you're talking about the implication?
Yeah, basically.
Tell us a story.
He understands what you're trying to say. He'll respond back with another parable of Elvish origin, suggesting that only friends help friends.
I have found someone who can do what you seek, and we can recover that which was lost. But as part of it, what must happen must happen.
Unfortunately, this isn't a give or take. I'm leaving in about 20 minutes to go down. If you don't join me, I understand, but I have to do what I have to do.
I'll nod and just ask that he inform us before he heads down, in case we haven't.
He nods and he wishes you a good luck in an old Elvish phrase.
And I'll relay that information on to our friends and think that this might, and I'll say also, I think this might be our best option to strike out with force. And if it would win us the Dusk Elves, it may be worth it. Though it's quick.
We don't have time to attune more items.
Ostensibly, we're just going into a bunch of dead bodies in Strahd's castle.
That are reanimated.
But we may also gain powerful allies who know Strahd well.
That's if we get out of the catacombs alive.
But that is where we are supposed to face him, correct? Or at least...
I thought it was the crypts, not the catacombs.
Where he must return is the phrase.
Perhaps his bedroom, but maybe a good place to look. And we know Irina was down there.
Yes.
I didn't take the spell to contact her today.
Oh god.
Who else do you want to speak to in the grand entry or the grand halls?
Blinsky, please.
Okay. What do you say to Blinsky?
Did you make it?
He hands it to you, the tot and the pot. You already picked it up though, right?
Oh, right. You're right. I did. I said you did a great job making it.
Thank you. I couldn't sleep last night knowing we were coming here, and I thought, how can I help? And I hope that will help, but I also brought, and he pulls out like other things to you.
What'd you make me?
They're all toys, I think. Are they weapons? Well, I don't know.
They let you in with these?
Huh?
They let you in with these?
I called them gifts. They trust Blinsky, and no funny, no Blinsky.
Great.
What did I do on this one? Alright, here is a whistle. It is called a ghost whistle, but I filled it with a powder that is poisonous, and you blow on it and it shoots poison. I don't know. I didn't test it. It could be dangerous. Don't do it. Don't do it around me.
Okay, I take that and I put it in my little dick bag.
Sporin. It's called a sporin.
It also made creepy noises though, but I couldn't. It still made creepy noises, but it also it is poison puff.
Poison puff. I like it.
Okay.
You're very creative, Blinsky. Keep going.
Okay. These are marbles, but they look like eyeballs, but they're marbles. They're just marbles though.
Marbles. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay. I ran out of time. I only slept a couple hours.
Wait, anything else?
I'm literally making this shut up as I go.
Wait, you are?
I wrote a couple ideas, but I made the marbles up right there.
They look like eyeballs.
They look like eyeballs, but they're just marbles.
It's like a bop it, but it does something worse.
Oh, he goes, this is musical box, like spinny pop out, but when it pop out, it's just holy water. And he like pops it up and there's the holy water. He goes, shh, don't know. He like hands it off to you.
Oh, Blinsky.
That's all I got though.
You bring smiles to children and adult human half orcs alike. Are you staying for the whole wedding?
Yes. I don't think I'll leave.
Will you leave if it gets messy?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, we need to keep you safe. I want you to be president when we kill Strahd.
That's a lot of pressure. I'm just a simple toy maker.
Hey, but you know how to make people happy, and that's what's most important when governing a land. Okay, well, it's good seeing you. Thank you for these toys, and I love you.
Oh, Hugo, before you go.
Uh-huh.
I almost forgot one. This is called the Burgermaster's hand. It's a clockwork mechanical hand, but it crawl around, it look creepy. It don't go too far, but it's kind of cool, maybe?
I love it.
Okay.
I might keep this for myself.
It's just like a fake clockwork dismembered hand with a white glove and a ring on it. And it just moves around when the fingers are wound up.
Cool.
Could be a distraction, I don't know.
I appreciate it. Now I'm keeping it.
Alright, I'm done now.
Thank you. I go running back to the group as like a
pile
child
of toys.
with a pile of toys. Like, hey, guys, look at all these toys, and not so toys. And yeah, I hold on to them.
Who else would you guys like to talk to?
Yeda, you said there was an Asher here?
Yes, I don't think I've seen him though. I'll look around. Can I look around the room and see if I see Asher?
Yeah, sure. Roll a perception check for me.
It's gonna be, I think, a +4. +4. Okay. 17 + 4. 21.
You wander through the main levels. After peeking your head into the dining hall, you return and you start to peek through the other hallways. You even head up the stairs, and over the stairs you can see a couple rowdy Vistani, but you do not spot Asher.
I'll message Benvom as I walk back towards him. I cannot see him. I even looked in the spot he frequented, and he is not there.
If we see him, do you think we can trust him?
As much as his motives may align with ours, yes, but he has his own desires, I'm sure, that do not align completely with ours. But I trust him enough to know that he helped us once.
He knows his way around the castle.
Yes.
How much do you remember of the castle?
What you see here? I know the staircase to the right, that it leads up to Strahd's bedroom, and one floor above that is where I stayed. That is all I can remember. The catacombs were a maze that Asher led me through barely in light. So I could not honestly get us through that without some help.
Can you ask the others if they think we should scout out Strahd's room? Have you been in there?
Outside his door, yes.
Outside his door.
Not inside, but close enough to know what business went on.
It would be nice to at least rule out that room for where we need to make our final stand.
I will telepathically bond, and would you like to scout out the master's chambers?
No.
Hugo is just shouting into the distance.
Oh, I'm not
He's
part
not
of the telepathic thing. Never mind. I'm just munching on some appetizers.
Yeah, floating every couple of minutes as you're kind of meandering through the Revengers and talking to whoever, a tray would float through and stop in front of you, and you'd grab a drink and it would continue moving. It seems that there is just an infinite amount of unseen servants working and operating as waiters and diners for this occasion.
Revlin, Merida, what do you think?
If it makes them feel any better, I don't have disadvantage on stealth checks.
Ah!
I think it may be a good idea. I am concerned about losing the Dusk Elves, though. But they also be a good distraction.
Should we send Rictavio?
With the Dusk Elves?
No, to the room.
I would say let's get our items first and then send him, maybe.
Rictavio kind of talks in. He says, I'd hate to interrupt, but I think I saw those undead rights bringing your stuff over to the staircase.
Alright, so I'm with Rictavio. I don't think that that's worth being caught over. They'll probably just think we're going for our weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we would be going for my chainmail.
That's fair, but
We'll have to try to find you a replacement.
All right.
Yeah.
I say we get attuned and then make up a plan of motion. We're running out of time to get our items on our bodies.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do? Just walk around like with your shield on you?
So actually, real quick, what do we know about the exits from this place? Like, I can see where Yetta is standing. That's the organ room, right? Is there a quick and convenient way to get to either the stairs upward towards the bedroom or towards the basement?
Yeah, I would know. Just directly opposite of her is the staircase she referenced. That's the only staircase she's really been on, besides this main staircase that I just described her. This went up north or directly. She just went up there to see, and up on this kind of upper level, she saw and heard a couple of Vistani up there.
Okay, good.
When she was
That's
looking for Escher.
Making sure.
Rapture. You're looking around the Grand Hall and you spot a familiar, Victor, and he seems to have approached the Mardikovs, and he seems to be talking to them down this part of the hallway a little bit more.
I'm gonna go. Have we come up with anything to do yet? We haven't. So I'm going to just telepathically say that I'll be with Victor, but when we've decided what to do, just let me know and I'll come with. But I'm gonna go and just kind of flaunt my newlywed status, baby.
You walk up to Victor, and like I said, he's standing with the Mardikovs, and all the Mardikovs are dressed in blue attire, blue dresses, blue suits. And there's 6 of them in total present for the wedding, and they all seem to be on high alert as you approach. And as you kind of walk up with Victor, he comes and he grabs your hand and shakes it, Rapture, and as the pleasantries are kind of talking and in their small talk, you see him lean in and he whispers to you, "I have 6 of my finest birds out along the parapet. Say the word and they're yours. So, what, I must wonder, is the plan?"
I whisper back, "We're working on it. Outside the parapet, you say?"
Outside, yes. We have to keep them at a distance so they're not spotted, but they have been surveying the tower since we've been invited to the wedding, trying to get as much intel as possible.
Anything interesting?
I'm sorry?
Anything we need to know? Besides that this is a hellhole.
He kind of jumps a little bit as he looks over your shoulder, and a floating tray kind of sits and stops, and he grabs another drink and kind of nods at the invisible tray, and it starts to float back away. He swallows loudly and then remembers to whisper, "Our birds, they saw something in the center tower. Some crystal thing. Massive, utterly massive. And on the wind, they heard a heartbeat."
What?
I don't know what it means.
Thank you. We'll see what we can find. I telepath that to my party. The 6 ravens are right outside the parapet, and then the center tower crystal heartbeat.
A heartbeat. He nods and he says, "I know you were close with Peepers. I just want to let you know we kept him at home to keep him safe."
Oh, good. When you see him next, tell him I say hello.
Of course.
And that when this is all over and I settle down with Victor, I'm kind of just like pawing at my husband, all just like really silly. He's welcome to stay with me.
He will be, I'm sure, happy to visit. I will extend those invitations. Yeah. All right. So, what's the game plan, Revengers?
Ah!
Yeah, so that heart kind of sounds important.
So does helping our elf friends.
This is
Yeah.
bonkers. You're getting pulled in like 3 directions right now.
I would say
Split the party.
I would say at this point it's been about 15-20 minutes.
So they're about to leave.
The Tuskens are leaving.
I can ask them to delay if we want to try for the heart. I don't know that they'll be receptive, but
I think you'll have to make a choice instead of wasting time role playing it. They are set in their ways. I think you'll have to make a choice, Revengers.
That's the thing that we're the worst at.
Or split the party, which is highly discouraged.
We're not.
I say we
splitting the
do
party.
not
We
go
can't
to
split the party.
no
Yeah.
catacombs. No catacombs.
I'm afraid of the catacombs, honestly.
I feel like that's where the final battle's going to happen. And
Yeah,
it
just the
might
dark.
also make a good distraction.
What if we go with them or let them?
No, they,
let them.
If they get caught, it might be a good distraction.
It also, like in the message, he lurks in the depths of the darkness. I mean, depth, it talks about like burying. It has all these allusions to the catacombs as the final place. So I think we should try this heartbeat crystal thing.
Go up, see if we can find replacements for people who need replacements. Take care of this heart thing. Take care of this heart thing.
Right. And it might lead us to Benholm's armor too. Like it might be up the same staircase. I don't know.
Do you think there's something that would just like trigger whatever Strahd? Like if we go to fight this crystal staircase, like a heartbeat rather, we're gonna fight more than just this.
There'll be other things, of course, yeah. But it might not be Strahd. He might be distracted by the wedding itself. He might be solely focused on the wedding.
It's true. This is just like the big level boss.
It sounds like the opposite of one of those crystals that the Mardikovs have on their land.
Exactly. It has
So-
all these allusions to the things we've been gathering to.
If there is a curse, that would be a good place to start.
Break
A
this.
curse of
crystal.
Strahd.
A
Maybe
curse of
perhaps-
Strahd. Of Strahd.
Kelly, what do you think?
I agree.
Crystal?
Yes.
Seems like we're on agreement then.
We sneak to the crystal.
I would prefer to watch the wedding too.
I know, I would love to watch it, but we need to get our armor and items and then head up, or do we want to head up the staircase and somewhere along the way find a hidden room? Or just an empty hallway? Because we're about to run into some Vistani, I think. Oh, Colin's frozen.
I think we should do it on the way because we don't want to be seen.
Alert, yeah. I'm just afraid we're going to have one encounter without attuned weapons, and then after that we'll attune and then keep going up, I think is what it will have to be.
Question, Paige. Are there like a lot of people around to the fact that like possibly Ricky Tavo could blend in?
There's about, I mean, for each kind of section of the setting, you kind of have like 6 to 8 people from each place. So this part of the castle is, I would say, pretty full. Yeah, I think it'd be easy for him to maybe blend in. He would definitely maybe put on a different identity. He wouldn't look like Ricky Ticky. He'd probably try to blend in with like a miscellaneous noble from Kresk or somebody else. It wouldn't be the same identity you're familiar with.
He can do that?
It's a hat of disguise, so he can change it to whatever he wants.
Oh, okay.
I have a weird question.
Yeah.
Is Isaac Strasny here?
Ooh, good question. Roll a perception
Because he
check.
like loved Irina, right?
Roll a perception check.
5.
You don't see him.
You don't
He's-
see anything.
He's kind of hard to miss too, so bare arm.
I think of him like one of the scary characters in Soul Calibur that's got like the sword attached to their arm. Like that is, yeah.
Okay. So based on my last visit, do I know if the big stairs is the main tower and the one I climbed up is like a minor spire?
you would know. You wouldn't know what staircases connect to what. Based off of just looking at the castle, the tallest tower is at the center of the castle, as you guys pulled up on your carriage, which is what Davian mentioned. Is it's the center tower, which is the tallest, is where his birds heard the heartbeat coming from a crystal thing. But the staircase that you entered on was definitely, it was a smaller tower. It was not the center tower.
But not even this big one that I saw the Vistani guys on? It doesn't seem like...
Well, you only kind of turned the corner and saw them. Do you want to investigate further?
Not right now, no. I'm just curious if it seems grandiose enough to be the... Are we far enough into the building that I think this could be that main spire, or do I know it's more center?
I understand your question. I'm sorry. That portion of the stairs would be like definitely the top. If you split the castle into 4 quadrants, it's the top left quadrant. So it doesn't seem like it's leading in the opposite direction. It's leading to the farther corner of the castle and not the center. So it doesn't seem to be a match.
Are these doors open or closed?
Those doors are open, and where you can see it connects to, this hallway that I've tried to light up as well.
I will message and telepath to the group. I think that center tower would be down this hallway then, if that is what our main goal is. It seems. Oh no, maybe I'm just an idiot.
It's the best option we have. I say we follow it.
And do we want to try and get your stuff first or give up on it?
I'll keep my eyes peeled for twigs and whatever armor, I guess, as we go along.
Okay.
We'll find you something, I'm sure.
I'll start heading down this hallway. Past the Mardikovs, nod at them.
Yep, on the left-hand side, you see the Mardikovs. On the right-hand side, you'd see a couple nobles from Crest kind of standing and chatting. The double doors are closed in front of you. You can see a sign that says, all guests, wedding preparations are occurring. Please ignore, or please leave undisturbed, something along those lines. It seems to suggest that through those doors is the chapel.
Do you want me to sneak in and act like the entertainment?
Can we hear anything on the other side of the door?
You're good at hearing, aren't you, Meridell?
Or smelling.
Roll a perception
I'm
check.
good at smelling.
I think it's hearing too.
Can I smell anything? Yeah, okay, hold on. Gotta find her D20. Dink, dink,
Dink, dink, dink, dink. Dink, dink, dink.
17.
It's relatively quiet behind the doors, but you think you hear somebody walking inside of the chapel. A pair of footsteps on top of stone floor.
Sounds like there's someone in there.
I'm sure they will not immediately hurt me if I ask where the band is setting up. I don't know. Too risky.
It's definitely risky.
You're muted, Call.
He's definitely risky. I heard him through yours, though.
Yeah, I did hear him for...
It is definitely risky. Do you feel like you could pull off this deception?
Of course I do. I'm the best liar in Barovia.
Tell us if something goes wrong through the telepathic link, and we'll be there to help you.
Okay, I will peek first.
You peek in and you can see the pews are set up, lined up, 4 rows on either side of the double doors, and in front of you is a table with vestments and other items for ceremony. And behind it, pacing nervously, is an older figure. Someone you haven't seen in a long time. It is Donovic, who is the priest
shit.
from the village of Barovia, whose son was a vampire, whom you killed.
Oh, I think I did nice things for him on that encounter. I don't remember. No, we killed his son, and he asked us not to.
The door,
Yeah.
the door creeps open yet as you peek in, and you kind of startle him as he was rifling through a couple pages, and you see him kind of straighten his shirt, and he kind of looks at you. Oh, you scared me.
I'm so sorry. I thought the band was supposed to set up early. I was looking for the stairs. I was told to go to the second floor.
I'm sorry. I don't know any way around here.
I'll just take a quick peek, and I'll look around to see if there's any stairs from this altar room.
Okay. You would see on either side of the double doors, about 15 feet on either side. The room is huge. It's really, I guess if you're looking at it, it's like a long room and short in depth. But on the same wall where the double doors are on either side, 15 feet on either side, is an opening to both have separate stairs. One is a spiral staircase that seems to go up, and the other one seemed to be not spiral, but like your standard stairs that bend and ascend.
Does one look more grandiose than the other, the staircases?
Both the openings are the same, but I would say the stairs that would more south, with the spiraling, seems to be a little bit more grand.
I will telepath. I see a spiral staircase on the other side. Would you like me to keep looking ahead?
Yes. See if you see anything.
Worst case scenario, I will teleport back, and I will keep... Oh, I think I see where we're supposed to meet. Thank you. I'm so excited for the ceremony. And I'll start calmly heading with my instrument across the room.
He nods absently as he returns to what last-minute preparations he's making for the ceremony. As you head south and begin to head towards the staircase, you head, I guess, upwards.
Quietly fumbling with my instrument, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Holding just my one instrument that I have at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. Guys, remember, I can just dimension door back and waste a 4th level spell. It's fine. Or just run like Peepers did from the werewolf. All the way back. I'm sneaky.
I'm happy to have Marida come in with be like, because she can play the
What are
lute,
you
but
doing?
she hasn't got it.
Me?
Yeah, it looked like you were trying to show us the map instead of hiding the map.
This is a map of Barovia on the back, so you can't see. I mean, it's not going to be anything. The front of it is the castle.
You just look like you were showing it to us. I'm like, I can't see any of that.
No, I'm literally holding it in front of me, looking at it.
Okay.
As you walk up the flight of stairs, Yetta, you head up roughly a full flight, which would put you a flight above you, the floor above. But there is no opening to the next floor. It is just continues to spiral upwards.
Now I'll really start sneaking up to the 2nd floor.
It would be...
Or 3rd floor, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know how you're labeling this.
Yeah, I guess it'd be the 3rd floor.
Up another flight.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm listening for a heartbeat.
What's everyone else doing when this happens?
Chatting with the various nobles from Kresk.
Okay.
I'll be hanging out by the door, like a loner, just in case I hear.
The chapel door? Where
Yeah,
Yetta
in
went
case I
through?
hear Yetta shout or something.
Okay.
I'm gonna be sitting on the floor playing with my hand toy.
Where in the floor? Where in that setting?
Right in the middle of the 4 pillars.
Perfect.
Right here. Just in the middle of all of it.
Perfect. Okay.
Also, are there any children in attendance?
There are 2 children. They are the children of Danica and Erwin, who were the innkeepers of the Blue Water Inn from Valaki. Their 2 sons, Bray and Brom, are here.
I wave them over to come play with me.
They'll join you, definitely.
Cool.
A few minutes after you begin to play Hugo with the toys, the marbles particularly are a fan favorite.
I don't play with all the toys, only the safe toys. So the marbles,
I keep the good ones to myself.
the marble toy, and the hand toy. That's it.
Got it.
But I'm definitely collecting all the marbles when I'm done because they could come in handy eventually.
Got it. You see a pair of feet, a pair of shoes stop in front of you, and you look up and you see a rather bored Rahadin kind of standing and looking down at you.
You must have had a fucked up childhood.
You can hear the screams echoing behind him as you say that. Stony faced, he says, "Come with me, gentlemen." And he kind of gestures to the gentlemen of the Revengers. Count Strahd would like a word over wine, a little toast before the ceremony. He's expecting you in the dining hall. And he points towards the hall where Yetta had peeked in before.
Of course.
Just
And,
the boys?
Hmm?
Just the men?
I'm sure the ladies are invited as well, but
Oh.
actually, let me roll a d6 on this one. 1 second.
Mini bachelor party before the wedding.
Yeah.
Is there a stripper?
Hugo.
Oh, cool,
No.
cool.
He says, Hugo, the bride is asking a favor as well. She's asking for you, and she's preparing herself up in the guest room of the South Tower. She requests your presence.
You must have been mistaken. She's not asking for me.
She plainly said your name several times.
Cool, cool, cool. Okay, someone gonna show me the way, because can I bring someone with me? Maybe
No.
she's not decent. Maybe a female.
I will come
Maybe.
with you.
Oh,
And he kind of,
God,
he walks,
fucking damn it.
so he walks the rest of the Revengers to the dining hall, and he presents the doors and begins to open them. And you can see the room is laid out. There are sets of china sitting out, and at the head of the table is Strahd von Zarvik sitting there in fine clothes. The robes he wears are black and silk and gorgeous as they kind of lay to his side. And then he's like, "Follow me, Hugo." Rahadin says as he begins to lead you across the hallway towards the staircase.
Okay, I gather all my toys and I put them in my pants. And I follow in suit.
We're keeping everyone updated on this as through the telepathic bond.
Absolutely.
I'm not a part of the telepathic bond. Here I go on my own.
It's 11 o'clock.
Yep, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Let me figure out what I'm going to say.
Wait, just so I'm clear, who is in the dining room?
It's gonna be everyone minus Hugo and Yetta.
Okay.
Sorry,
The gentleman bit confused me.
I know, I did not make that clear. That was my mistake.
I was going pissed. I was like, great, he's a big bad and he's a sexist.
No longer a hot daddy.
I had taken
Just
Cut that shit out.
I had taken a little tidbit. I think this is like it's D&D showing how it's changed. I took a little tidbit from somebody on Reddit, and I think they're gentlemen because their party's all boys. So I was like, nope, scratch that out. We have several women. Okay, so Revengers. It's been about half an hour since you've arrived at Castle Ravenloft. The wedding is set to begin in 30 minutes. Most of you have been invited inside the dining hall where Strahd sits to share a glass of wine before his union with his beloved Tatiana. As Yetta begins to ascend a spiral staircase alone towards... at this part, she hears the murmuring of a beating heart. and Hugo is escorted up a smaller set of spiral stairs towards Irina Kolyana, the blushing bride of Strahd. We're gonna pick that up next week.
How'd the party get so split?
Dun dun dun.
Attack!
That was not in our contingency plan.
We need a new contingency plan.
But yeah.
Like one where I don't have armor and one where we're not all together. Nobody has weapons.
Ricky Tiki, go with Hugo.
What about Yetta, dumbass?
She.
No, it's fine. It's good. It's good, guys. Don't worry. I'm great.
You can make your way back.
And all of a sudden, a mirror assassin appears.
Kills me.
Kills Rahadin. I am disappointed in our mirror assassin compatriot.
Oh well.
Maybe waiting to strike when the iron's hot.
That's not what I asked him. Just kill that motherfucker.
Well, you know, he might have finesse.
Yeah.
He's the Loki sort of character.
Is he hot like Loki? Is he the new daddy now that Strahd's been demoted from hot daddy?
Why has Strahd been demoted?
Because he's a sexist.
But we knew this because he kidnapped a woman and forced her to marry him.
After he kidnapped a girl and killed her.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty good clue. That
I was
we
just
maybe
chalking that up to
picked
just general murder, nondescript sexual urges, and their ilk.
Except that it's a bunch of women that look similar. That sounds like literal serial killer sexist shit.
It's like 50 Shades of Grey.
Why did the two dummies get separated? Not even like well founded.
I like how earlier in the chat you said, look, Yetta and Hugo aren't the ones being silly.
Hey, to be fair, I literally was like, guys, should I just scout ahead? Like,
No,
When
that
Hugo-
it made sense.
When
It does
Hugo and
make
Yetta
sense.
are the ones not fucking around. Right
and
at the
Kelly didn't
beginning.
have a choice. Kelly was randomly selected by a D6.
Unless all of the numbers meant Hugo.
Yes. DM secrets. I'll never tell.
And you can't dimension door back to where we are because you would just be popping in from nowhere.
I could do whatever I want.
Just not recommended.
Yeah.
You know what? No, what's really funny? She would probably dimension door into the dining room because she thinks it's empty.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't we tell? You're part of the telepathic link, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could tell you.
We're keeping you updated.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
keep
we're
in
good.
mind you guys you're able to communicate throughout. Besides the only Hugo's the
Everyone
curveball.
but Hugo.
Besides Hugo.
Guys, don't worry. I'm gonna find this crystal thing and destroy
Which is why we
it.
send Ricky Tiki to. I feel like that's more than one person job.
No, guys, don't worry. I'll get it. I'll level up. You guys can stay 9. It's fine.
NBD.
Strahd's sitting with us. He's like, you all look like you just got more powerful. And we're like,
Milestone? Someone did something.
Guys, all I can do right now if we get into a battle is do this and accept a sword.
With a hog wide open.
just sing Jesus songs.
Benfolm is our armor. Human
Yeah.
shield.
To be safe, none of us have our weapons, so it's fine.
I have
I have
everything.
a weapon.
I
Where-
can summon a weapon.
Oh, I don't have a weapon, so there you go.
Why we send
good.
Ricky Tiki towards you?
I can also
I
turn into a
am
werewolf.
the weapon.
I am the weapon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have a necklace, I guess. That's
If
pretty
you guys
cool.
ask Ricky Tiki to follow Hugo, he will. If that's what you guys want him to do.
I would say Hugo because the telepathic link at least.
Assume
Yeah,
that,
and
okay,
that's
assume he's confirming that as he follows after them. He's after Hugo. Okay.
That's the best use of him right now, yeah.
I like the thought that Strahd has true sight and he's just watching Octavia like low-key sneak across the room, and he's just like, "Oh, that can't be a problem."
That monster hunter I've been looking for. Yes.
Wait, was Strahd in the room? I thought he was like, they were both like hidden away before the big show.
He's in the
Um,
dining room.
Yeah.
As the
Yeah.
dining hall doors open, you saw him sitting at the table enjoying a glass of wine. Looking
Is
like
it
a
red
snack.
wine?
Was it the blood of the innocents? Is he tasting the dinner?
Potentially.
Actually, a big fan of rosé.
But he will offer you wine.
That's never even in Barovia.
He's, I promise he's nothing but a wonderful host. I insist.
He really is. I can attest to that. He actually is a good host.
Well,
All right.
hopefully he.
Let's just attend the wedding and go home and be the end of it.
That
We
was-
don't do anything.
He's like, that was really lovely, actually. I had a wonderful time.
Does Strahd take a honeymoon?
We could settle down in Barovia, right?
I can make a life here.
I already made one. What
I'll
are
There's
never-
a
you
lot of
doing?
monsters from Aradel that kill.
I won't die young.
Really, guys, what will Strahd do to us if, like, he'll just let us live?
I feel like he might grow bored of us
So he would just let us hang out
until he.
Or eat us.
if we
I'm
promise
sure
not
I
to
taste
kill
like
him.
dog. Yuck.
Good times, guys. Well, I
I
think
can't
we've
wait to
ended
have a